Hey guys, it's Don from Rossoneri TV, and I'm here with Cordero from beIN Sports to discuss Torino-Milan, which ended 1-1 with Milan salvaging a mere point. Now, Dre, today we saw an overall poor performance by Milan, and it seems as if they parked the bus in the second minute afterwards. Menez scored the penalty shot. Although they did show flashes here and there of pressuring Torino, they seemed comfortable with letting Torino somewhat dominate them in the game, and they really never got into it and seemed to score another goal after that. And the red card by Sciglio didn't really help much after. What are your thoughts on Inzaghi's approach to the game, and what aspects could he have improved on for Milan to get the 3 points?
Well, first of all, Adamo, great to finally have an interaction with you that isn't just text online. So thanks again for the invite. And
no problem.
You and it's a little disappointing from Milan's end, to be honest, and it should be a little disappointing from Torino's end as well, because I don't know that you can argue that the 1-1 is a fair result considering the approach to the game. I was a little bit surprised by Inzaghi, even before the red card by Mattia De Sciglio in stoppage time of that first half. I thought the tactics were a little bit too negative, too hesitant, maybe showing a little bit of a lack of confidence in the squad that he put out there, maybe the squad that he has to play with. And it's a little surprising to see a player, former player, so short time removed from being a striker, to play such negative defensive tactics after getting that early goal. Brilliant at the beginning and very promising as well from Niang on the right-hand side, where he looked to be fine despite not getting. It was his first start this season, his fourth appearance. All of them had been off the bench for just a few minutes here and there. He showed a little bit of the flash, but just how you guard a lead 1-0 after 3 minutes against a team that has only scored 12 goals all season in Serie A, a team whose leading goal scorer is their big center back at the back in the center of that back three. And knowing that you have such deficiencies defending, marking on corner kicks, to sit back, you're inviting those opportunities. You know you're going to have to face some set pieces and corners in that situation. I think Inzaghi got it wrong.
Very, very well said. I completely agree with you there. Torino arguably deserved to really get the 3 points today. Completely dominated Milan, had much more chances, much more possession, and really overall they did deserve the win. And Milan were lucky to get the 1 point. Now, today we saw Diego Lopez and what he's truly capable of. He could be one of the greatest free transfers of all time, considering Galliani and his history of free transfers. He arguably single-handedly salvaged Milan the point today. In my opinion, if you ask me, if Abbiati or Ragazzi was in there, we wouldn't have had the same result. It could have easily been 2-1 in the first half alone to Torino, so I think he deserves a lot of credit. With that being said, what are your thoughts on Diego Lopez's impact to Milan?
A couple of good shots from Farnerud as well. One that he made the quick save after that little combination with Josef Martinez and Quagliarella involved as well. I thought he was fantastic. And you're seeing, drama aside, all the drama between Iker Casillas and the locker room at Real Madrid, you're seeing part of why it wasn't a ridiculous decision to put Diego Lopez out there at the Santiago Bernabeu and why he was playing as many games as he was. Now, granted, there's a lot of external, non-football factors that played a part there. But clearly he's one of the better goalkeepers in Serie A, at least in my estimation, a league with very good goalkeepers. And Lopez has shown time and time again that he can be a go-to guy at a big club. I thought he was brilliant today. I think he's a big part of the reason why Milan were able to rescue anything from this. And at times his defense kind of laid him out to dry on a couple of occasions, particularly in the first half. In the second, they were so bottled in that really the only clear opportunities that Torino managed were from set pieces, were from corner kicks. And obviously Camille Glick making up for the mistake. But I think in Lopez you have a very good goalkeeper. Granted, 33 years old, so it's not as if it's a keeper for the future. But at 33, he's also not over the hill by any means as a goalkeeper. And so that was an excellent capture. I just wonder about the rest of Milan and whether Inzaghi really has the confidence in his team to go for a result. Because this was the kind of game where you really needed to put pressure on Torino and not rely on your goalkeeper. They really needed to go after a second, and they never did.
Again, some very, very good points. As you said, they needed to go for that second goal, and they never did. Something that Inzaghi has been doing consistently this season, sadly. We dropped points against Empoli, dropped points against Palermo, Sassuolo, and now even Torino. Very, very sad to see. It's going to be hard to reach that third place spot for Milan. Hopefully they can do it, but I don't know if it'll happen. Now, lastly, Mattia De Sciglio received a red card today after his challenge on Darmian, who arguably had a fantastic game today, which led to him receiving his second yellow. He's been on a poor run of form, if you ask me. It's pretty obvious with De Sciglio, It's sad to see such a highly, highly rated fullback in Milan, someone who came up through the ranks. People used to call him the next Maldini, all that kind of stuff. And he hasn't really lived up to the task. What do you feel about De Sciglio, and what do you think Inzaghi should do to kind of get him out of his slump?
Well, 22 is young, but it's not that young, right? Because we have players now breaking out at 21, 22, 23 years old. So he's right there where you're certainly not writing off Mattia De Sciglio at this stage, but you'd like to see a little bit more consistency, and not just consistency from him. I think consistency also in terms of the positioning. Swapping him back and forth from the right to left constantly is certainly not going to help. I think the fact that the midfield isn't exactly sorted doesn't help as well. And he's a guy who you want going forward. You want the Sciglio to get involved in the attack as well, to give you a bit of that width in attack. But I think it's a bit of a product of the team not being solidified, Inzaghi not having his tactics exactly right, not knowing exactly what he wants from those positions, or at least not transmitting it in a way, and to get some consistency from the Sciglio. I do believe in Mattia the Sciglio. I think he can be a very good player. He doesn't look, he's not projecting to be the next Maldini or anything like that. He's not on that kind of track. But I think he's more than a serviceable fullback. I'd just like to see him get consistent playing time at a given position so that he could really master his craft.
Again, very, very well said. I completely agree once again. I'm a big De Sciglio fan.
Or it's not going to be any fun, so I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I'm a big De Sciglio fan. You know, it's hard to criticize him because I do love him as a player. You know, he's never in the media for anything negative. He tries to be as proper as he can. But recently, you kind of have to criticize the guy for how he's been performing. Now, guys, it has been a download from Rossoneri TV. Big thanks to Andres Cordero for joining me here. You can follow him at Dre Cordero. Check him out at beIN Sports. Big thank you for coming, Dre. It means a lot. You know, you took your time out of your day to come here, and I realize that you're a very busy guy with beIN Sports, and it means a lot. So now, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to Rossoneri TV for weekly Milan news. Stay on top of Milan, all things Milan, some good entertainment. Yeah, leave your comments down below. What do you feel? Do you think De Sciglio, you know, he was a little bit too high rated? Do you think maybe his surroundings aren't really suitable for him? What do you think? Leave it down below. Leave your comments, leave your likes. Be sure to subscribe. As I said, it's been Adamo and Andres Cordero from Rossoneri TV. Thank you for joining me, and as usual, Forza Milan.
Pleasure.